Hi guys, we're back again today to do a little bit more talking about some colored pencils. This video is going to be about Crayola colored pencils because everybody knows what a Crayola colored pencil is. Everybody's probably had some Crayola pencils at some point in their lives. As a matter of fact, it's probably a good chance that it's the first colored pencil you ever owned as a child. As an adult colorist, these aren't the go-to choice. There are so many other different brands, and we'll learn more about those as time goes by in different videos and different blog posts. But for someone who's just getting started and who isn't sure whether coloring is right for them or even whether colored pencils are the right medium for them, Crayola is a great place to start. The company, it markets its products towards students. So these are considered student grade colored pencils, which means they're ideal for kids. They have a very hard wax-based lead, and while that may seem like a good thing when it comes to colorists and artists, it's not necessarily a great thing. In order to get color on the paper, you have to press really, really hard, or you have to color 5,000 layers one on top of the other. These do keep a point, though. They stay very, very, very sharp for a long period of time. I sharpened this pencil and probably colored with it yesterday, and I haven't sharpened it again since then. I don't know if you can see that. They don't break when you're sharpening them. That's another good thing about Crayola colored pencils. When you put them in the sharpener, they won't break. They come in lots and lots of colors. This is the box of 100 that I have here. And this is relatively recent. Up until recently, Crayola has offered a box of 100 color pencils, but there were only 60 unique colors, and then the other 40 were just duplicates of the ones that they thought people would use the most. So this is actually 100 different colors. These run about $15 at Walmart, Target. You could probably find them cheaper online at eBay or Amazon, but if you just want to pick them up, $15 at one of those stores, and you'll get every colored pencil colored you could probably ever imagine. The other reason why artists won't use these pencils has to do with something called light fastness. Now, the term light fast means basically the best way to explain it is, let's say that you spend a week coloring a picture and it's perfect and it's the best work you've ever done, and so you want to display it. So you put it in a picture frame behind glass and you hang it up on the wall, and a week later you walk by and you notice that the colors just don't seem to look the same. That's because these pencils are not light fast, so exposure to light will make the colors fade, and with Crayola that's going to happen very, very quickly. Some people even say that the work that they keep inside folders and that very rarely ever sees the light also tends to fade over time. So if you are looking for a product that you can draw with, sketch with, color with, and it will last for years, this is not it. You can buy a product called a fixative that you can spray onto your paper once you've finished it, and that will improve its light fastness. It's going to keep the light from penetrating into the pigment in the pencil, and it'll make it stay brighter longer, but it's not a 100% cure-all. It will still fade over time. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video right here. I'm going to grab some more materials and I'll show you how these work. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm back, and I have chosen a coloring page from a book I picked up at Walmart. It's called Splash of Color. This one's just filled with a variety of designs and things, different paisleys and some mandalas, things that I really, really enjoy coloring. So I've picked up this page just because it's got a nice group of larger and smaller areas, and I've got two different pencils here. I've chosen Raspberry from Crayola and Crayola Blue. These two should complement each other pretty nicely, and they should look pretty nice on the page. So basically, the point of this is when you're going to color anything in an adult coloring book with a colored pencil, you want to make sure that you're starting with very, 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 very sharp tip. This is going to help you get more into the paper, and it's going to make it easier for you to color, and you should sharpen your pencils very often. For the hard pencils like Crayola, I use an electric pencil sharpener because it is just easier and it saves me a lot of time. So basically you're just going to choose your first color and you're going to pick where you're going to start working. So if we wanted to color this flower petal over here, we would just, I'm sure everyone knows how to color. With colored pencils, the goal is to make very, very small circles. And you just fill in the area. And I know that you can't see this very well right now because of the way the lighting is, but I'll move my hand out of the way momentarily so you can see it a little better. Eventually I'll readjust the lighting in this room to make it easier to see. Well, there you go. And there's the blue. And then if we wanted to do another part, the raspberry color, then we would just come over to the next petal, or whatever this is. I'm assuming it's a petal. And we would repeat the very small circles. Now, I'm applying light to medium pressure because with the tips very sharp, if you push down on them really, really hard, what you're going to end up doing is breaking your pencil. And that's never fun because you don't want to have to stop and sharpen every 30 seconds either. So now you can see that there's blue and there's raspberry. And I know that color probably doesn't look very raspberry, and to tell you the truth, it's really not, because like you said with these pencils, you really have to do a lot of work to get a lot of color down on the page. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some layers on. When I'm finished, I'm going to see if I can't speed the video up a little bit through that part so you guys aren't bored out of your minds. So let me go through and do that. Okay, so now you can see that we have some significantly darker, richer color, and it's kind of out of focus because it's zoomed in all the way. But from where we started, considering where we started, these colors are a lot brighter than the very first layer that I put on. And this is about 3 layers. Another one of the things with Crayola pencils is that if you do a light layer every single time, you can add 7, 8, 9 layers of color to your page, and you can make them even brighter than this. And there's nothing wrong with that. And as a matter of fact, that's the way a lot of artists and colorists prefer to do their work, is in many, 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 many layers. They find this gives them more control. They can make their own colors. They can blend more easily. They can create their own effects. And in a lot of cases, that's a really good thing. If you're just starting out and you don't, you're not really too concerned with blending, shading, layering, and all of that just quite yet, and you just want to get some color onto the page, the Crayolas are going to do that for you. I mean, I just showed you that, but it's just going to take a little bit more work. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because after all, we probably could use some practice staying in the lines anyway. This isn't my best work either. So with all this in mind, what it comes down to is Crayola, if you're going to turn coloring into a major hobby, you're probably not going to stick with them for very long. If you're just trying to figure out whether adult coloring is something that's right for you as a hobby, if it's going to work for you as far as things like stress go, or you just want something to do in your spare time that doesn't involve staring at a television screen, this is a great choice. This is a great, great way to go. You don't even have to invest in the 100 pack. You could go buy a 24 pack of colored pencils, and they cost like $3. And that's really all you need to get started. And one other thing I just wanted to mention, you may think that this looks pretty good right now. You may be thinking, well, that looks pretty bright to me. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The colors are fading. If I were to hang this up on my wall right now and come back to it in like a week or two, these colors are no longer going to look like this. That's just the way it is. It's just the way Crayola products are manufactured. The pigments in them look nice and bright for a while, but they fade very, very quickly. All right, that is it for today. I'm hoping to be back tomorrow. I've got a couple packages coming in this week of some new colored pencils. One's like a mid-grade and the other one's a more expensive artist grade pencil. So we're going to take a look at those so I can compare them to these Crayolas and some others that I have around. In the meantime, be sure to check out the website. It's called simpleartforadults.com. It's really easy to find. If you like these videos and you want to keep watching them and you want to know when I've made another one, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the little pencils there in the corner, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. If there's something else that you want to see, if I didn't address something in this video, leave a comment. This way I'll know, what I'm missing, what you guys really want to see, and I can get that into future videos. Until then, thanks for watching.